They had 22 of 28 from 2 is hard to do.
Absolutely. No, they beat us off the dribble. Our rim protection, Nate didn't have a good game for him. He didn't protect the rim. Didn't move very well. Supreme did a little better job, but still had trouble getting over. They drove it by us all night. They simply played harder than us. There's no other explanation. Their 15-point lead in the first half, they were flying around defensively, connected on the defensive end. Our ball movement was not good. We missed a lot of easy shots. Our guys were tight. They knew how bad we needed this game, and we really struggled offensively there to get going. Just had a lot of good looks, just didn't finish anything around the basket, and obviously didn't shoot the three well again. No, just really disappointed. But the thing I'm most disappointed in is I just thought they outworked us, especially in the first half. When they took that 15-point lead, they were just playing, flying around. They were more connected than we were, and that's really disappointing.
Just missing a vocal voice to kind of fix that in the team huddle right now.
Oh, our leadership, they're all kind of walking on eggshells. There's nobody that's really consistently played well. Nate had until the last 3 games. Everybody's been kind of up and down. So none of them are walking around like they own the place. They've all been a little inconsistent, and I think that keeps any of them from being real vocal. So we don't have that, to answer your question. But I think that's kind of typical of today's players. They don't get on each other. I don't know if they don't want the accountability themselves, or if it's just today, everybody gets a ribbon and everything, and they don't want to get after each other. And so I'm the bad guy all the time, barking at them. And that's one thing they can all collectively say, that they don't like me barking at them. But again, I was hoping that we would be a little smoother offensively. Our execution wasn't very good. We get out rebounded, which is always a bad factor for us. But again, that's part of them. I thought, again, playing harder than we did that first half.
Do you think that tightness that you were talking about, did that extend to the three-point line? It seemed like maybe guys are thinking for a second before taking shots or pass, not maybe overlooked.
Well, if you look at our percentages, we got to be careful with our threes. I mean, we still took 20. Jackson was 3 for 8. Keyshawn, who's at 40-some percent, goes 0 for 5. So I thought, we had a couple guys that should be taking them. I wanted TJ taking the ball at the basket. He obviously got in foul trouble. He was 4 for 9. Got to the free throw line, 5 for 6. 6 boards, 4 steals. I thought, he did okay. His last 3 games, it's just a matter of numbers. I want him to be aggressive, but they still got to be smart. And I think 20 is a good number for us. We just needed Key to knock a couple down because of his percentages. But if you look at TJ's percentages, he's better. In the last 3 games, he's 14 for 18 driving the ball, and he's 10 for 11. And not counting this game, the previous 3 games. And he's 10 for 11 from the free throw line, which all those were driving the ball at the basket. He's 3 for 15 from 3. Okay, so again, I'm just being realistic with the guys. You're open for a reason. But boy, when he drives it at the basket, he's tough, and he can make some plays for guys. So he had 3 assists, and they were all on drives. So I thought he played to his strengths, got in a little foul trouble, hurt us. Again, looking at the plus minus, I got to take a hit. I should add Supreme out there a lot more. whatever the reason, Nate's plus minus, I kept waiting for Nate to get going a little bit, but he was a little flat tonight. Like I said, he'd carried us. I want to make sure everybody understands. He carried us through a bunch of ball games. His rim protection, what he was doing, we need him to block shots. We need him to take care of the middle. He just, for whatever reason, wasn't as active tonight as he's been. And so I'm not throwing it on Nate. I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying when we were winning, it was because he was protecting that rim. And even if we did get beat, he was protecting it. They doubled him a lot tonight. So, offensively, he didn't get as many shots as normal. But we need him to be a defensive force.
More than a month out from the conference tournament. You're 2 games out of the top 4 and 2 games out of the bottom 4. Like, do you have any sense of where you might be in 5 or 6 weeks?
We're in a tough stretch here because we're going every 2 days. So we're going to have to battle through it. But we've got 5 on the road and 4 at home left. And you're right, everybody's kind of bundled up there other than, Michigan State. And, so it's just whoever plays well in February. We've traditionally played well in February, but this team's going to have to figure it out on theirs.
The first start of the year when playing really well until now, where's disconnect? What happened that kind of prevented you guys from playing like you were when you were in the top 10?
Oh, if I knew that, we could get things straightened out really quick. I thought our energy level was better. Our ball movement was better. But, we've been barking at them about those things, for a long time. And we haven't made the progress that we needed to make offensively or defensively. And we're kind of in a rut now, where we just, shots don't go in and our energy level goes down. And but to answer your question, I haven't gotten them better. We're in this thing together. I have not gotten them better. And our ball movement's not what it should be. Our connection on the defensive end, talking, is not what it should be. So I've got to take my share of the responsibility because the execution's on me. The connection defensively is on me. And for whatever reason, we haven't made the progress that we needed to make.
How much of the defensive end is, whether it be communication or to individual execution, because of these last 3 games, Minnesota's big is the guy to game plan for, he goes off. You harped on UCLA shooting threes, they all go off. Tonight, their 2 top guys go off.
Right.
So I'm sure that's at the top of the scouting report, and all 3 losses, their best guys all have big nights. What's not happening? Is it individual execution? Is it zone?
Well, it's taking pride in being a defensive stopper. We had trouble doing it. Part of it, those guys got to the rim. Gary got to the rim. Williams got to the rim, and we didn't have that rim protection. Garcia, got to the rim. No, we're not connected defensively, and all 3 teams shot over 50% on us. So we had a stretch there where our defense numbers were decent. But if you look at January and some of the analytic stuff, our January wasn't very good, and we started the same way here in February.
How much of a stretch like this do you think is psychological? Did the early season success and the high rankings affect, maybe create a false sense of security or confidence?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, that's, we haven't made the progress, so possibly. There's a fine line. There's a fine line with being aggressive and being smart. Fine line and, hitting a shot, missing one, and what it does to you. So it could have slowed our progress. People patting everybody on the back, but for whatever reason, again, that's on me. Our execution's not what it should be. Our progress defensively, our connection defensively, is not what it should be. us getting out rebounded, really disappointed. And nothing against Nebraska, but in the conference, they haven't been a good rebounding team, and they out rebounded us. So, those are all things that I share in the responsibility with the team. And we're just not getting those things done.
What do you know of the Michigans, and other than their combined 21-0 at home, what stands out?
Well, they have been very good at home, both teams. We're going to have to play our tails off to give ourselves an opportunity. And like I said, we're in a tough part of the schedule. 4 of 5 on the road. This was our only home game. And we got to jump on a plane first thing Tuesday and get ready to play Wednesday night, and then come back Saturday and play again. And then we come back and play on Tuesday off the road trip, which was a little surprising, but is what it is. That's the schedule we have. So we're just going to have to man up here a little bit and swing away. But our guys are capable, but we're going to have to change some things. We're going to have to get much more physical and much more aggressive on the defensive end. And we're going to have to get our ball movement where we get a little better shots out of our offense.